To understand the past and its influence on the present, we must turn to those who carry the weight of tradition. And as I welcome you on today's edition of Hot Seat, right here on People's Telly, my guest, a monarch, an academic doctor, a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Management, so I would say FCI. Who am I talking about? The Olu of Imashayi. Imashayi is in Iwa North Local Government Area of Ogun State. Oba Dr. Olamilekan Lukman Kuoye, FCI, PhD. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Okay, very quickly, let's get to see his profile. And when we come back, who is the interview segment of this show? Please stay with us. And that was the profile of my guest today, Oba Olamilekan Lukman Kuoye, FCI PhD. And you would say, what an intimidating profile there. You know that before his ascension to the throne, he has worked with the National Identity Management Commission, and he did rise to the top. So you're welcome to the program once again, KBC. Yes, August 26th, we are making your third year, on the throne. So I say congratulations on your third coronation anniversary.
Thank you very much.
Okay, well, let's start. Let's kickstart since this is in commemoration of the third coronation anniversary. 3 years, on the throne. I mean, how has it been? How has that changed you? Because reading through your profile, I know the struggles you had in the beginning. At some point, said you worked in the transport sector.
Not transport, I was a bus conductor.
Okay, well, I wanted to be mild. You're a bus conductor, and today you are a king of Imashayi. So what has that obaship changed about you?
So, thank you very much. Yeah, it has not been. I want to sincerely appreciate you, and especially the leader of the crew. It has not been easy. It has not been easy. But I thank God that the roots that I've passed through in the past has been helping me here. Because, for someone to be a bus conductor sometimes and rise through the ranks of far, became, vice chairman, a secretary to local government, a transition committee member, a manager of a commercial organization. From there, SSA to then, and then from there, when we were sent out of office by Muslim government, instead I complained with him. I said that instead of going up and down, lying here and there to extort money for politicians, preferably I have to fend for myself. So far, before leaving that position, I've already had my master's degree. So I just, try to clean up my certificates and uh, apply to NIMC then. And I want to tell you one special secret. When I applied for NIMC job then, I was just browsing through my phone and I saw I just tried it. Unfortunately, you know, I was invited, I was shortlisted for CBT interview. I did my CBT interview in Unilag. And after about 2, 3 months, I was shortlisted for another interview at the headquarters in Abuja. So after the interview session, I called OGG. When I got to local, I called OGG. I said, Oga, please, what I observed here at the interview I went for in Abuja, and I'm saying headquarters to be precise. If you are son of nobody, you will not be employed. But what Oga told me that day was, look, man, you are just managing this government. That was Jonathan government at the tail end of the. You are just managing because Puruji was alive then and he was, at the center stage. So, but continue praying. But at the end of the day, I got the job. I was given a level 9.
But do you
So
think maybe his influence, got you the job somewhat?
there wasn't any influence. It's Almighty Allah that gave me the job then. Because they need only 4,000, they need only 4,201, you know, but about 40 something applied. So it's not because apart from OGD that I spoke to them, I did not discuss it with anybody because it just, I was just browsing on my phone, just trying to do 1 or 2 things, and I saw, okay, NIMC appointment, and I tried it, and God gave me the job.
Okay.
And I was posted in Niger. Initially, I was posted to Niger State after everything, and after few weeks, they said, okay, you cannot afford 21 days allowance, so everybody should go back to their home state. I was transferred back to Ogun State, Abeokuta State headquarters to be precise. I reported there on 20th October 2013. The 10 years on the job because I have programmed myself that when it is 10 years, I will sign. But few days to the issue of the ascension comes in, and I don't have any option.
Well, um, we still get to talk
So the
about.
question you asked, let me
Yeah.
quickly answer that one. The traditional chain, ascension chain, has been very, very turbulent. I want to tell you, almost 3 years on the throne, and as we still have over that, it's over 20 years that they are still in court. That shows, and that's at today that I'm talking to you, I don't have any case in any case in any law court. But it has not been easy.
Well, it's people these days, they want their monarchs to drive development, to their town somewhat. And you being the king in a sleepy town like Onimasayi, are you under pressure to revive this town, to bring in industries, perhaps change the lives of the people?
Well, thank you very much. I'm not under pressure, but I'm pressurizing myself to making sure that by the time I will celebrate the 50 year and that around that time I will celebrate the 60th birthday. I am planning a very tremendous development in town, which I'm working the talk. In the first place, this palace you are sitting now, I was in seclusion where I started the rehabilitation. It was not like this when I came on board. It was complete brick structure. But because of what I have concealed, that yes, I must start from somewhere. Change starts with me. Let me start from my immediate, because your office must be more habitable more than your house, because that is where people who see you and, they said the way you are, the way you dress is the way you be addressed. So when you enter this palace, you will know that you are in the palace of the monarch. As to restructuralize the palace, which is one of the cardinal points I have, because I have been installed as Ààrẹ of Onimasayi land in 2005, September to 2005. And I've been in the council, I've been in the palace, I've been in the town. So I know the areas of laxity and where the immediate past monarch has not been touched. He really tried, but the area where he has stopped and not touched is where,
So
the first thing
what
I
are the
have to
areas?
change.
Yeah, okay, continue.
I have to change the structure of the palace. I have to do everything, the modern artifacts that makes it look like a palace. That is one. Two, if you go around the town, initially before my ascension, this robbing, stealing, burglary, and everything was rampant. I did not care whose horse will be God. That is why you can sleep with your two eyes closed in this town now. That is another thing. In terms of security, I can assure you, if you put your things outside there, nobody will touch it. For a month, they will not touch it. Because when I was coming to Onimasayi as Ààrẹ of Onimasayi, brand new Bajaj, you will see it outside and nothing will touch it for 3-4 days. But immediately I sent this to, they began to steal here and there, and they said, instead of you maligning my image and personality, I have to, be all out. And we thank God that the town security-wise is okay now. Then another thing is, if you go through the town, you will see that the development that Onimasayi has not witnessed, because from the market square to Fadama, they are rehabilitating, they are constructing the road now, and the road is coming with illumination, with the solar panel lights. Town hall, another town hall is there, they are constructing. Go there, you will see Dangote newly constructed maternity center. In fact, they have just handed over the maternity to me about a month ago. I have the keys to the. So my own plan, and I have a foundation. That foundation has assisted the less privileged. We have carried out medical outreach. We have, because a lot of our people here, we will just hear Lagbaja dies, and they did not even know that they are having some ailments. So I have to, they will do the fighters. They will go, your PP is high, and the person will say, nothing happens to me, and the PP will be around 200 something. That person can collapse anytime. But I did not stop there. When they discover that person, I give the maternity center here, I will give them money to administer drugs to them. It's part of it. Before my ascension, because as a member of the education committee of this town, it has turned to another thing. If a teacher beats a student, the student will come back home, call his parents, they will go there and fight the teacher. If any principal is posted to Oluwajo, they will agree to come. But since my ascension, I've been monitoring activities there. I will go there, I will ask them questions. I will talk to the students. That forget, your parents that are sending you to school, they are not sending you to school because of their own future, but it's because of your future. And some of them that are realizing it now, the narrative is changing. The narrative is changing.
Well, we may not be able to
I have
exhaust.
many.
Yes, we may not be able to
Yes,
exhaust all
sometimes
your
I've even
achievements.
discussed with your GM that I want to have a documentary of, my ascension, since my ascension, my experience. And I'm equally writing a book, The Life After My Exit from NIMC. Immediately after my exit, I ascended this throne, and since then, I want to write about my experience. compared to when I was chairman ASNMC unit.
Okay. Well, I think you've mentioned the notable ones, but very shortly, I mean, you were a politician. You say you had SSA to the former governor of Ogun State, Otunba Gbenga Daniel, and you also held, some positions at the local government level. Now you are a king. You are no longer a politician, though you may be dealing with,
No, I'm not longer a politician.
because to facilitate certain things, you have to deal with the powers that be. But I mean, do you miss politics?
Yes, I missed it. But I want to replicate my political experience on this throne. Replicate in the sense that, let me quickly tell you this. Whatever leadership position you want to hold, it's advisable you might have sojourn or you sojourn in politics so that at least it will prepare you for the challenges ahead. If politics has not prepared me, I'm telling you the truth, the challenges I've faced since my ascension to the throne, a lot of things would have happened. But I've created an absorber in my body. As a politician, you must create an absorber in your body so that the missiles from left, right, and center will be managed by you. So that absorber that I've created since when I was in politics is in fact, I equally used it when I was the chairman as one of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, NIMC unit, Ogun State, then. Because I used it to manage the 105 staff that was under my supervision as the chairman of the union then. And I'm replicating same here. A lot of things. There will never be a day that you will not receive a call that, that will disappoint you as a traditional. In fact, on Mondays and Tuesdays, since I came back from my Hajj, I don't switch on my phones on Mondays and Tuesdays because those 2 days are my relaxation days. Because once you receive a call, hello, in fact, coupled with my own style of leadership, because I did not distance myself from my people. You can see me sitting with my chiefs. You will be chatting, we'll be talking, and even my subjects, you will sit under the tree there. I will call them, even if I don't see them. I'm here. They will come. I will buy drinks for them, I will give them money, and they will continue. They will start giving me information.
Okay. Well, over the years, it seems the influence, of kings or monarchs, has reduced drastically.
The influence.
King's duties these days are merely representative and ceremonial. Though there's
Ceremonial?
a lot, yeah, somewhat, yes. There's a lot you may want to do, but kings are under the chieftaincy law. They're under the local government, and this has brought to the fore our constitutional roles. I recall that a few months ago, the AGF, the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, was saying, maybe we have to recreate constitutional roles, for the kings. But some would say, they're just playing lip service. And we are not yet concluded what kind of roles, can even kings, play more frontally in the development of the nation.
Let me be sincere with you. In fact, before my ascension, I believed being an Oba is, you are on top of everything. But on getting here, I discovered that you have to work for that respect and, other things. But if you say because you have been crowned as Oba or you are a crowned Oba, you have everything like they do say in Yoruba that palace that Oba Baluri Ongbogbo Alashe Keji Orisha. That was then. And one of the reasons I will get to your question is because, for instance, in Republic of Benin, there is nothing that connects the government and the traditional rulers. It's the people that will select the Oba, do installation, do everything. The hands of government is totally exonerated from, installation of Obas. And government, Republic of Benin government did not have any influence on the Obas. Even I, graced the independence anniversary of Republic of Benin on, was it not 1st of, I was in the Republic of Benin for about 3-4 days. When the governor came, we want to, as usual here, we want to stand up. And the Obas said, no, sit down. Sit down. If you do that in Nigeria, you will pay for it. It's because they are, and the government is not paying them. They are not receiving anything from government. In fact, when I was making my speech, it was one of my appeal that Republic of Benin government should be considering giving stipend to the traditional rulers and giving them rules. Here, yes, kudos to Chief Fagbemi, SAN. Oba is supposed to be given a role in the constitution. Why? In those days, it is the coming together of Obas that forms government. And that is the reason why it is called Ijo Amoba, Ijoba. But reverse is the case now. Government is the Oga Gongon for the Obas. And now, they're supposed to, what the man said, yes, we are living with our people. We know our people. We know a lot of things you can say, we can tell a lot of things about our people. If you are giving rules, I know my boundary. The other man there in Iboro knows his boundary. The other man in Ibeche knows his boundary. The other man in Ijako knows his boundary. The other man at Agaulu knows his boundary. So at least within the 4 walls of Onimasayi, Afami, Wasimi Imasayi, Igbogun, Ikiso, Abeokuta, Maria, all those places, my eyes capture them. I do visit them. So if anything happens, I'm in position to tell government. I'm supposed to be the link between those communities and the government. Even if before government, operates there, if I'm given a role, they will get okay, Kabiyesi, yes, in your domain you are coming to do so thing. Yes, I will tell them, yes, that place deserves what you want to do. That place didn't deserve it. Security-wise, like I told you, I went out with the hunters, the local hunters, to look everywhere, the looks and crannies. There was a time one of the guys that were disturbing this community, I sent for his mom, and mom said she was sick. I said, you go and bring her here. So at the end of the day, the guy is in prison. He was given 13 years imprisonment. And the mother did not even, because she said she has told him severally, it's because I'm playing that role to support government. And I want to tell you, there is nothing bad in, helping government to do a lot of things, because if the town is not peaceful, you Oba too cannot rest. But if Obas are constitutionally given roles, not a role, roles, we perform more than any other person. Because we know our people knows us. If anything is happening and say, okay, it's you, I know you, I will report you, they will run. And thank God for the DPOs we've been having since my ascension to the throne. If anything happens before the person is charged to court, they will consult. Kabi say, what did you see to this matter?
Okay, but maybe the caution here is also, some kings may abuse these roles, and without the legitimate roles, you're already playing the roles, like you said that you go around with hunters, you ensure that this town is safe, and you've also ensured the incarceration of some unscrupulous elements, in the town.
In the town.
So then it seems to me as, okay, you already have your roles. You're already playing your roles. So what will this now
I'm
change
playing it unconstitutionally.
Unconstitutionally.
Unconstitutionally. If Constitution pass it, instead of taking them to station and from police station to court, I can drive from here to court. If you are given a constitutional rule, you can, okay, from there here to court, instead of taking them back to the police again.
But what about the abuse of power? That some monarchs may abuse this power. Maybe use it to fight their adversaries.
Recently, I think you might have heard of executive order. It's because our people, some of the others are abusing the opportunity of mining in their domain. They have taken it upon themselves that they are beyond the law that established all those things. That, yes, it's like the executive order is trying to, strip some others naked of the natural resources in their domain. But notwithstanding, the excesses of some of us are much. Now, if I want to tell you, even now that we are not even giving rule, some others, their excesses are much. You see some others, going to rallies. After it is clearly stated in the local government, Obas and Chiefs Law 2021 as amended that Obas should not go to political campaign rallies.
We've also seen where Obas would endorse a political candidates. While some will say, well, an Oba should be open to receive all the candidates from various parties. But maybe because of a certain loyalty, to certain people.
As I'm sitting down, one of my always is interested in being a councillor. If he comes, and in this town, we have about 7 indigenes that are interested in fighting for the same position. Do you mean if my chief come and say, no, don't do it? If others come, do I have any right to tell them don't do it? I will pray for them. They are all my subjects. I don't have any power to condemn any of them. But inside me, and like I also say that I don't know who will be the councillor, but I know those that will not be the councillor for this Onimasayi ward.
So you have a favorite?
Yes, because I want to tell you, I like I said, I am very, very closer to my people, and I know them inside out.
But your people will decide who will be the councillor, not basically you.
It's because I am very, very closer to my people. They will be reading my lips. That I'm not very sure.
So which means you may at the end of the day endorse.
I don't endorse.
Okay.
But they will read my lips. I cannot be disenfranchised because I am an Oba. I have about 14 to 15 votes in my room. I have many children. And I have 2 wives.
But they may not to your path. So
they don't have option. Whoever that does that will leave my house.
The adults are KBC.
Forget about, at least I train them to where they are today. And they must read my lips.
Well, they won't tell you they voted for.
They will not do that because they know their father.
Okay. Now, talking about this abuse of power, because I know even in the state you must have had a king was suspended, over land grabbing allegations.
Land grabbing?
Yeah,
in Ogun State.
In Ogun State. I wouldn't want to mention names,
that one is new to me.
It was on news. It was on news yesterday.
Yes,
when the house...
yesterday, around this time yesterday, I was already at the FPI, enjoying myself.
Well, the OGHA, suspended him, and there have been allegations like that of kings,
Has he been investigated?
No, but all I know, he has been suspended. Yes, investigation, it has been on for some time, okay. And the House had also conducted. But of course, the suspension, not expulsion. So I want to believe that investigation.
Suspension might lead to expulsion.
Yes, but suspension also may not lead to expulsion.
Suspension alone is a disgrace to traditional ruler. That's just it.
And that now speaks to the abuse of power. Even when monarchs have not been given constitutional rules, some still go overboard. Perhaps to take what does not belong to them. So maybe that's the fear from government. Okay, if you now give them constitutional rules, how are we going to curb them? And knowing full well that
Do you think there is any law that doesn't have a check? A clause will be there. A clause will be there. A typical example is a burial right for another. You will sign that, okay, yes, this is how I want to be buried when the time comes.
but some also say it's a traditional stool. So if there is a way, if there's a pattern of how
The law
kings,
has been passed, so I don't think we need to contest that now. The law is there, and they are effecting it. You will sign. You will sign. Let me quickly take this as a typical example. My predecessor, the law was already in force before he died, and we did the right thing. He was taken to church. In fact, we took him around and later handed over it's a traditional stool. We do everything humanly possible to support traditionalists or as a traditional ruler. But you cannot, the only area to me is you cannot tell traditional rulers not to do the right thing. Allow them to do whatever they want to do. This one is normal, but this one and this one stands for something. But the most important thing is, I don't want to disclose what brought about the issue of burial rights.
well, yeah, maybe you can let us into that very
At
briefly.
the appropriate time.
It's hot seat, so
Hot seat is about me and my seat.
I'm telling us certain,
The entire,
maybe certain controversies may also clear on the program.
well, that one I think is a long thing, and if
you can summarize.
no problem. Journalists are very tricky, and if there is something, they will put words in your mouth, and at the end of the day, you will be handcuffed.
Oh, well, of course, you are Noba. So,
Nobody is above the law.
okay, so there's no immunity.
Of course, we know. If you are not bad, let me be sincere with you. Like the issue of land grabbing you are talking about, since my ascension about 3 years ago, I have not discussed anything about land matter with anybody. Even the lands I have in the matter is that I bought is even more than how many I will be jumping on.
And you may also have ancestral lands.
No ancestral land. If I want to do anything that belongs to for the community, I will seek the support of the landowner. Not that I'll just jump on the land.
Because I also know some kings that individuals cannot sell lands without their permission.
It's good. The reason for that is that at least when the crisis comes, it will come to the palace.
But constitutionally, it's wrong. It's my land, and I should be able to sell it to whoever I want to.
Me, if you want to sell your land, you are free. If you want the palace to be aware of the deal, yes, bring it here. If you don't want, go and sell your land. It doesn't concern me. I know some of us that if you sell a plot of land, you give them 10,000. But me, I don't demand for it. I don't expect it. Don't bring it to me. But when the crisis comes, you will definitely call, and I will do the needful. Coupled with the intelligent chiefs I have on that committee.
But the law should do the needful, as it were, and not the Oba. Because it could be taken to court, then the judge will sit on it and should make a verdict.
So I want you to confirm this from judges. Allah's judgment is greater than any other judgment. Because the law even allows it. The law even supports it. But the most important thing is the Oba must be on seat before the judgment is passed.
Managing religious beliefs and traditions, because some Obas would say, okay, if an Oba is religious, may not want to do with any fetish,
what
practice.
What is fetish in there? Don't you know the place is fetish before you go there? Don't you know the stool, the throne, the seat is fetish before you go there? Were you forced to be there? You are not forced. Once you are there, you must support whatever the town is doing. Traditionally, you might not fall into the fray, but the most important thing is whatever they want to do, you must be supportive. As the head, as the number one, as the traditional ruler for that town. It's traditional ruler, not pastor ruler. It's traditional ruler, not Islamic ruler.
But even, well, there are kings in the Bible, there are kings, in the Quran.
Then they should go and do that in the church, be king in the church or in the mosque. If you interview my old will tell you that Baba Muslim, but I did not.
But Islam frowns.
Traditional rights.
But
I did not, and
Islam,
I will never do that.
Islam frowns out, maybe idol worshipping or some of these things
Are
we
you a
could call
Muslim? You are a
fetish.
Christian. Talk about Christian. You are Muslim. Muslim first.
I'm a journalist, and I know about Islam, I know
yes,
about
let me
Christianity,
start with you.
I know about traditional religion, ATR. So,
The fact is, once you have accepted the offer to be king, once you have accepted, you have to accept whatever they are doing there. And that might not force you to be traditionalist. That might not force you to be a traditionalist, but at least you must support them to do whatever they want to do. Because it is traditional seat, not pastoral, nor Islamic seat.
Earlier you drew some.
Do you know I have a Dawah foundation as a Muslim that attends to a lot of issues in the town? Support the needy, give them money, buy books, buy uniform for students. We have a handicap here, wheelchair for her. A lot of things we are doing. But that did not obstruct, like I told you, few minutes ago, we were at Dafaru, which is a normal thing. It will project in the next 9 months, 10, 11 months, what will happen in the town. And whatever that comes out of it, to guide against those things, we'll do it.
Well, as they say,
we travel to where Onimasayi came from. It has been delineated Republic of Benin some days ago. When we got there, there is a river. It is called Onimasayi. That is where Onimasayi, Odoyewa, Onimasayi. That was, when Onimasayi was barren, the seventh son of Oluashu of Oyo, he was directed by Abeokuta to go to certain places. And when they got there, they got to Iwa River. They drank the water, and the wife, one of the two wives that followed him, conceived. And for years, water has not been coming out from that place. But the very first day I got there, they said that should be. And since then, now the river is flowing now. I was there about a week ago. I brought the water, and we even go to another one called Odoalanwa. Special Odo is on top of a hill. In fact, it has been donated to Republic of Benin. If it's in Nigeria, at least it's supposed to be one of the tourist centers. But when we were living there, we were given, they said, this one, take you to the palace. It must be before entering the palace. Is the shrine, the shrine is there now. I'm a Muslim, but that does not say I should not allow. It is traditional. It is traditional seat. There is a hole here. That is Ojualale. Whatever you do, you put it there. If I eat rice, I put small there. If I eat this, I put there. And it doesn't affect my Islamic faith as a Muslim.
Well, some Islamic.
If I'm going out, if I forgot this one, I'm going out now and I forget it. I won't go back and take it. That's just it. That's the belief.
Well,
I just came back from Hajj now. I did all the Hajj rites, and that will be my third time of doing it. And I want to tell you, when I came back, I did not disturb my people from doing the like I told you, you will soon do that now. If Oracle will talk to you. If you want to listen to Oracle, you can wait. Oracle will talk to you.
Well, but I think it then suffice to say that there's no way our kings can avoid traditional religion because I mean you are a king and they will
Yes.
say Oba Baluri Ngbobo. So well,
Yes, then, but they did not allow about to battle you.
well maybe in terms of
If I see
tradition.
your own wife now and they say, yes, Oba just say, won't you remove, if that leg cannot be removed, you cut it.
No,
But
I.
then, Toba Gbese, so Oba Balori nkan tó jẹ́ tiẹ̀.
Well, you've spoken about Benin Republic, for a conspicuous number of times now. Maybe that speaks volumes to the relationship Mashayi, has with Benin Republic. And you did speak glowingly about the practice in the Republic, saying, oh, they don't have any connection with the executive. So the people, choose them and they are somewhat subject to the people, as it were. I mean, would you have preferred that system also in Nigeria?
Well, we have automatically abused traditional institution in Nigeria, especially Yoruba land, compared to the way it is operated in the north. Now, I've received many calls this morning. In the Republic of Benin, nobody will go to them. So, and we are already accustomed to giving money to our people. So, and we cannot even pray for such the situation there again. But the kafia there is they are still surfing. Most of them, for instance, Alaketu of Ketu is a Republic of Benin Customs and a senior man there, and he's still working. Here, once you are given that letter, you must resign. If that is allowed and they don't give us a dime, before I left NIMC, my salary was around 400,000. How much am I earning as a number? Preferably, if I'm still in service, by now I must have been in level because my colleagues, they are in level 15, 16 now. But here you must resign.
Oh, so you left service to become
yes,
a king.
But they are still allocated to the senior Republic of Benin custom there. In fact, when he was in the town, he specially requested that he should be taken away from the main town to the northern part of the country.
But Kabiesi, you said your people have needs and they come to you. Just like some of them will also go to politicians to say, oh, I need to pay my child's school fees, my child is getting... So they come to you and at times maybe you are boxed into a corner, you just have to give them whatever they want. But how do you... Now, you are not, you've left the service, you are a king, you are under the government. But how do you now ensure that you meet all these needs?
Yes, before my ascension, I was not too poor. I don't have money. But it has been my tradition is already running in my blood. That charity. Before my ascension, I have been doing that in Abeokuta, which they know me for. And they are still asking from there. But now I used to tell them, about means, So because the blood of charity is running in me. If the blood of charity is not running in me, how many of our traditional rulers are accessible as I am? If you want to call, to my palace, if you want to see me, you don't need to fill forms, except on exceptional cases. You will see me under the tree there. So that at least if you want to see me, you don't need to just call.
Well, at time is fast spent. You did say you could see your palace, very beautiful, and there's still more you want to do. So your personal money, your personal investment has gone into this. Maybe that's why some people would say the throne is not meant for the poor.
When you are there, Almighty God that puts you there. If truly you are put there by your Creator and the ancestors, it will be coming.
But gone are the days the people would go and consult Ifa. But it seems the selection process has changed now. Not every town consult Ifa.
Let me tell you this. I was the last person to join this race because I was not convinced yet. My wife is here. She stood her ground that what you have as a Muslim, you cannot go there. My junior brothers and everybody kicked against it. But at the end of the day, I told my prayer warriors to go and do, we call something in Islamic tiara, to go and do it and refer back. They convinced her before she allowed me. They convinced my brother before he allowed me. And thank God, what they told them then is manifesting now. And when I was on the struggle, I told the youth when I was invited to somewhere, I said, if truly this thing, if I do it, if I accept it, the town will flourish, no evil will befall the town. I want it to manifest, to come into fruition. But if it will stain the family image and everything, it should not come into fruition. And thank God today. So it's that commitment. Some people are coming on board because of what is there. There are some times when they invite me for a meeting in Abeokuta, I said I did not come to the throne because of Dangote as a host community. I did not come. I come to support, to assist, to do everything humanly possible to support my people.
Mm. Okay, well, Kabiyesi, our time is fast spent. Let's drive this home now.
No.
And let's just end on the notes of investment. In as much as you want to drive investment here and there,
No.
there are also sons and daughters of Onimasayi are perhaps abroad that could come on and invest. And not building hotels now, build factories so they can employ people in their numbers. So how are you galvanizing these
Well, the
ones?
very first thing is I want to especially appreciate Commander Lam and Olabel Fat. You know, Olabel, when I came on board, he approached me, we discussed at length, and as I'm speaking with you, he is constructing a flour mill in Aga, Odofin. It's one of those things. And there is a river here that is a sort of hindrance to investors. We have appealed to our government to help us, do a sort of bridge on the river.
Yeah, flavor.
So that people can, they can move in there. In fact, as I'm speaking with you, a private university is interested in moving in there if the bridge is done. Yes, I'm on the neck of the government to support us on that because it's beyond my own capacity. I have invited an engineer, he has gone there, he has seen himself, he has done all the normal quantity surveying and everything, but it's beyond my capacity.
Mm. Where are these?
And the most important thing is, I want to also use the opportunity to encourage our people in government to try to decentralize a lot of things. For instance, this housing scheme that the state government is doing now is good, but we need such around this place so that we can also boost our economy. And it equally, because rural urban drive is some of the things that they can do so that at least those of us that are residing here will not be interested in going to Abeokuta for anything.
Mm. But what about the level of CSR, from the...
Well, like I want to tell you that the CSR Dangote is operating, it's not new. Who is government? Every one of us is government. You can jump on government property that is fallow, but if you want to plant on it or you want to do anything on it, it must be something that that will not take long time. Now, for instance, if you want to plant on government acquisition land, you can plant something that is sana or biannual instead of planting perennial on it that will be there for years. And when government allocated that place to Honorable Minister for Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy, he came, he bulldozed, all the cashew there. A lot of things were said about me, but mine is, I'm not the state government that allocated it. I'm not the Ministry of Agriculture, and I'm not our fathers that have, that government have acquired that and compensation paid to them then. And I'm not the first over here, not the second. I'm the 16th here in Onimasayi Onimasayi has been, they've been numbered somewhere before they finally arrived. And the least one was 7 years. Others, the immediate past one is around 30 years. Others, 30, 40, But the thing is, now, go to that farm now. Go and see what the Honorable Minister. I have not seen a drone fertilizing maize. He has brought it there. Go there. There is something that is, rain has ceased for some time now. He has brought something that is, we can take our children there for excursion.
Well, Kabiyesi, suffice to say that the future of Onimasayi, is very bright. I mean,
In
given
fact,
this,
it's not future alone, it's now.
okay, the now, the present,
Yes.
and okay, maybe the future will be brighter because
Amen.
given this impending
I
development.
also want to use this network.
Well, Kabiyesi, I wish you the best of luck as you are trying to change the lives of your people and drive investments, into Onimasayi. Say kudos and long may you reign on the throne of your, forefathers. Well, that's the show today. My guest has been the Olu of Onimasayi in Yewa North local government area of the state, Oba Lukman Kuoye, Oba Olamilekan Lukman Kuoye, I beg your pardon. And of course, we are commemorating the third coronation anniversary of where it was coronated August 26th, 2021. Now 3 years on the throne, and there's a bit to tell us a lot of achievements since he got to the throne. So many thanks for allowing us to come here and hear from you, Kabiyesi. Maybe we'll do this some other time.
Thank you so much for giving it to invite me for this program.
Okay, until next week, when I come your way with another eminent personality, I say to you, stay safe and stay out of trouble. Bye for now.